15.7 trillion naira at the end of December 2018.
Senior Democrats have responded by accusing him of committing a gross offense.
The All Progressives Congress has vowed to punish the Ogun State Governor, Ibikunle Amosun.
Welcome to Celebration Television News Desk. I am Bellis Quetta, and thanks for joining us today. Now the news making the rounds. Federal government declares Friday, Monday and January 1st Yuletide holidays. How coronavirus may change Christmas in Africa amid second wave. UK and European Union trade talks continue ahead of expected deal. Low production pushes up cement price by 35%, and Manchester United defeat Everton to reach Carabao Cup semi-finals. Stay with us as the details of this news come after the break. Welcome back. Federal government declares Friday, Monday, January 1st Yuletide holidays. The federal government has declared Friday, December 25th, Monday, December 28th, 2020 and Friday, January 1st, 2021 as public holidays to mark the Christmas, Boxing Day and New Year celebration respectively. The Minister of Interior, Ogbeni Ralph Aregbesola, announced this on the behalf of the federal government in a statement by the Permanent Secretary in the Ministry, Dr. Shaib Belgore. The minister felicitated with Christians and all Nigerians, both at home and abroad, on this year's Christmas and New Year celebrations. Aregbesola urged Christians to adopt the creed of Christ on faith, hope and love. And he advised the Nigerians and Christians in particular to adhere strictly to the COVID-19 protocols and guidelines as stipulated by relevant authorities during and after the Yuletide, especially with the second wave of the outbreak of the disease. And now moving forward, ASUU may resume strike in February. Varsity Union war over 40 billion naira. The Academic Staff Union of Universities indicated that it might resume its suspended strike in February if the federal government failed to implement agreements it signed with the lecturers. The national president of ASUU, Professor Biodun Ogunyemi, disclosed this in Lagos while shedding more light on the decision of the union to suspend its 9-month strike. But while ASUU ended its industrial action, non-academic union universities threatened to go on strike over a 40 billion naira earned allowance government promised to release to all unions. And they described the sharing formula for the money as unfair. And recall that ASUU had on March 23rd begun a nationwide strike over the federal government's insistence that all its employees must register for the integrated personnel and payroll information system. Although government argued that the IPs was meant to eliminate fraud, the union stated that it should not be applicable to universities on the grounds that it violated their autonomy. And in the alternative, ASUU developed the University Transparency and Accountability Solution, which it said would meet the peculiarities of the universities. And moving forward to another development, reps fought the NLNGs alleged plan to cancel 4.5 billion naira school project. The member representing the Gema Boni Federal Constituency of Rivers State in the House of Representatives, Mr. Farah Dagogo, has faulted the reason cited by the Nigerian Liquefied National Gas Limited for cancelling a model school project in Boni Island, Rivers State. The NLNG had in April 2015 co-signed a deal with the Rivers State government and Tiajin Energy Resource Limited to spend 4.5 billion naira on the development of school. By the tripartite agreement, the NLNG's funding will be phased based on construction milestones of buildings and equipping the new school. The agreement was to provide the guiding framework for building infrastructure necessary to deliver quality education at the school. Dagogo in a statement said the fate of the school was hanging in a balance, and he said the resolution and approval of the NLNG's board and its third quarter meeting was that the project should be discontinued. The lawmaker expressed his displeasure at the disposition of the NLNG to people of Boni and the Niger Delta region at large. And now from news coming from Africa, how coronavirus may change Christmas in Africa amid second wave. Africa may be one of the least affected continents by the novel coronavirus, but the measures have been put in place that could change the Christmas plans this year. The continent has recorded more than 2.5 million cases since the pandemic began, with some 59,770 deaths. A second wave has also been reported in some countries over the last few weeks. In South Africa, the country has the most COVID-19 cases on the continent, with over 930,000 infections and more than 24,000 deaths since the outbreak began in March. The government announced tougher lockdown restrictions, such as limited sales of alcohol and the closure of beaches in areas identified as hotspots. Tunisia has reported over 120,000 coronavirus infections and more than 4,000 deaths. Tunisia has suspended all air travel with Britain, Australia and South Africa, citing fears of a new coronavirus strain. Travel is also banned between Tunisia's regions, and it will ban all events that include celebrations for the new year. It will also extend its night curfew until January 15. Kenya is facing an increase in coronavirus cases. The government extended a nationwide curfew until January 2nd, meaning it is not possible to be out after 10 p.m. Public gatherings are also banned. And in Rwanda, coronavirus cases spiked. The country has seen over 7,000 cases and 59 deaths since the outbreak of the coronavirus. The government advised not to meet in large groups and keep a 2-meter distance. Bars and nightclubs are also closed. The Democratic Republic of Congo has imposed a curfew from 9 p.m. to 5 a.m. as cases soared in December. There is also a ban on public gathering for more than 10 people. President Felix Tshisekedi said the second wave was caused mainly by the importation of cases from foreign countries and the relaxation of preventive measures. And in Congo-Brazzaville, residents will be locked down on the December 25th and January 1st as infections rise, authorities announced on December 22nd. On the 24th and 31st of December, bars and restaurants will be open until 7 p.m. only. And still from around Africa, election campaigning continues in Niger ahead of crucial vote. Nigerians will vote on Sunday to elect the new president and 171 new National Assembly deputies. President Mamadou President Mamadou Issoufou's right-hand man, Mohamed Bazoum, is the favored contender and the first democratically elected president of Niger Republic in 1993. Mahaman Usman is also in the race. apparently unscattered from the military coup d'etat that ousted him from position in 1996. The December 27 election day comes 2 weeks after the municipal and regional elections, whose results some view as indicative of Sunday's vote outcome. We're going to short break right now. When we come back, we get news from the United Kingdom. Stay with us.
Of love embedded in glamour, a precious gift which brought us peace. It's a sound of joy and melodies from the heavenly realm. Christmas carol service with Apostle Johnson and Dr. Lizzie Solomon.
My lips will glorify you.
Live at the International Worship Center on Mega Fire Ministries, Kilometer 132, Benino Kene Abuja Expressway, Auchi, Edo State, Nigeria. 24th December 2020, 3 p.m. From. For inquiries, please call. Come, let's marry together.
Welcome back. Now news from the United Kingdom. UK and EU trade talks continue ahead of expected deal. Talks between the UK and the EU on a post-Brexit trade agreement continued, but a deal is expected to be unveiled today. Negotiators in Brussels are said to be trying to finalize details on fishing quotas, which have proved an obstacle to an agreement during months of talks. Boris Johnson is expected to speak to European Commission President Ursula von der Leyen. The deal document is thought to be around 2,000 pages long, with both sides having until 31st December, when the UK leaves the European Union trading rules, to get it approved by parliamentarians. A deal would end the prospects of the two sides imposing widespread import tax tariffs on each other's goods from 1st of January, which could have affected prices. EU sources said Mr. Johnson and European Commission President Ursula von der Leyen had been in contact in recent days, an attempt to break the deadlock before an expected pause in negotiations for Christmas. And more updates now from the United States of America, where Trump pardons Paul Manafort, Roger Stone, and Charles Cushion. U.S. President Donald Trump has pardoned former campaign manager Paul Manafort, ex-advisor Roger Stone, and the father of Mr. Trump's son-in-law. Manafort was convicted in 2018 in an investigation into alleged Russian meddling in the 2016 U.S. election. Trump had previously commuted the prison sentence of Stone, who was convicted of lying to Congress. They are amongst 29 people to benefit from Mr. Trump's latest pardons before he leaves office next month. And 26 of them won full pardons, while another 3 receive commutations. A commutation usually takes the form of a reduced prison term, but does not erase the conviction or imply innocence. And a pardon is an expression of the president's forgiveness that confers extra privileges, such as restoring the convict's rights to vote. And the presidents often grant pardons in the final days of office, and Mr. Trump has used the power less than any president in modern history, apart from George H.W. Bush. And now on business news, low production pushes up cement price by 35%. The inability to meet market demands for cement, coupled with low production volume by major cement companies in Nigeria, have driven prices up by 35%. An investigation indicates that a 50 kg bag of cement, which cost between 2,400 naira and 2,600 naira as of September this year, now sells for 3,500 naira. And stakeholders attributed the recent hike in price, which started in October this year, to insufficient supply of the product that resulted in artificial scarcity. It was gathered that though the price of cement from the factories had not changed, retailers and distributors were profiting from the poor supply by increasing prices. And the lead partner of Felizap Global Service Limited, Oluwafemi Babalola, claimed that glitches in software that controls the movement of Dangote cement trucks in and out of the production plant had hampered the supply of cement to distributors. And he said the current market price had affected existing contracts that had been signed with building contractors at the beginning of the year, saying this company had to supply the contractors building blocks at a loss because of the price of blocks remained unchanged at 220 naira. And moving forward, still on business news, stock investors gain 375 billion naira as market cap hits 20.28 trillion naira. Transactions in the equity markets sustained a bullish rally as the Nigerian stock market all-share index appreciated by 2.4%. And the market breathed close to positive with 26 gainers against 7 losers. The ASI grew by 910.1 basis points from 37,893 index points the previous day to 38,803, while the market capitalization of equities appreciated by 475 billion naira to close at 20.28 trillion naira from 19.81 trillion naira. And on the activity chart, the premium subsector dominated in volume terms with 1.13 billion shares exchanged in 1,728 deals. The subsector was enhanced by the activities in the shares of Zenith Bank PLC and Access Bank PLC. The insurance subsector was boosted by the activities on the shares of Veritas Capital PLC and AXA Mansard PLC, followed with 155.96 million units traded in 287 deals. And in all, investors exchanged a total of 1,497 million shares in 4,319 deals. Further analysis of the day's trading showed that the ABC Transport Nigeria PLC and Japor Gold PLC led the gainers chart with 10% each to close at 33 kobo and 44 kobo per share respectively. And the Airtel Africa PLC followed with 9.99% to close at 851.8 naira per share, while Etena PLC rose by 9.98% to close at 4.96 naira per share. And on the other hand, the FCMB PLC led the losers chart with a drop of 3.97% to close at 2.9 naira per share. We'll go on another break. When we come back, it will be time to hear from the world of sports.
Exceptional, extraordinary, superlative, the big night. Intercontinental Christmas Fire and Miracle Night with Apostle Johnson and Dr. Lizzie Suleiman.
Guess what? Our consular Nicholas Walter, the exclusive man, will be right there to bring you highlights of our great event as it unveils. Please be with us.
Happening on the 25th December 2020 at the International Worship Center, Omega Fire Ministries, kilometer 132 Benino Kenya Abuja Expressway, Auchi, Edo State, Nigeria. The time is 10 p.m. GMT+1. Intercontinental Fire and Miracle Night with Apostle Johnson and Dr. Lizzie Suleiman this Christmas.
Welcome back. Now on sports news, Manchester United defeat Everton to reach Carabao Cup semis. Manchester United left it late to book their place in the League Cup semi-finals with a dramatic 2-0 win at Everton, while Tottenham joined them in the last four after beating Stoke City 3-1. Ole Gunnar's side dominated the long period of the quarterfinals at Goodison Park, but it took until the 88th minute before Edinson Cavani broke the deadlock. The former Paris Saint-Germain striker's fourth goal for United since joining on a free transfer in October came at the same venue where he opened his account for the club last month. Anthony Martial backed United's second goal in stoppage time after a rocky period that raised questions about Solskjaer's future following their exit from the Champions League. United has recovered their equilibrium. They are third in the Premier League and have won their last 3 matches in all competitions. United has lifted silverware when they won the Europa League in 2017, and Solskjaer says they are desperate to end that barren run. And in another sports news, and lastly on the news desk, Ancelotti backs Iwobi to get better. Everton manager Carlo Ancelotti says Nigerian midfielder Alex Iwobi has the quality to be better than he is at the moment. The Toffees beat Arsenal 2-1 last weekend, with the Nigerian playing a huge part in the win, providing the cross that led to the host's first goal against his former club. And Iwobi, who joined the Toffees from Arsenal in 2019, has scored a goal in 15 appearances this season. And that's the size of the news for us today on Celebration Television News Desk. If you're just joining us, here is a recap of the news making the headlines. Federal government declares Friday, Monday, and January 1st Yuletide holidays. How coronavirus may change Christmas in Africa amid second wave. UK and EU trade talks continue ahead of expected deal. Low production pushes up cement price by 35%. And lastly, on sports, Manchester United defeat Everton to reach Carabao Cup semis. And today on our photo of the day, we see this image of a man taking a lonely road while the other road is so populated. And this tells us that don't be afraid to choose a different path than others. You know, when your path is sure and when your path is certain, no matter who is walking with you, don't be afraid to walk on that lane. Tell us your views on the photo of the day today on our platforms, on social media, on Facebook. Remember, it is Celebration TV. On Instagram, we are My Celebration TV. On Twitter, it is at My Celebration TV. And on YouTube, it is Celebration TV. The continuous transformation of our society is a collective responsibility of all. No matter the office you hold as a nation's president, a thought leader, an opinion molder, a character builder, a professional, or as a person pursuing passion, you have a duty to give your all to making the society a better place for us and the generations to come. So do well to play your part and do it with all diligence. My name is Belly Squetta. Thanks for watching the news on Celebration TV. Wishing you a Merry Christmas and a prosperous New Year ahead.
Amounted to 15.7 trillion naira at the end of December 2019.
Senior Democrats have responded by accusing